They fired her in the same boardroom she helped build, using a document she wasn't allowed to read until after security was already waiting outside. No warning. No thank you. Just silence from the same people she once pulled through a financial collapse. She didn't cry. She didn't argue. She walked into the arms of a competitor Langford Freight once mocked. And waited. Waited until the day those same board members would realize the contracts slipping through their fingers all carried her fingerprints. Her name was Ava. She had been with Langford Freight Systems for 17 years. She'd been there when their father ran it with handshakes, not shareholder calls. When their trucks still had rust, and she was logging late-night audits beside his desk on paper ledgers. She stayed through the collapse of their largest client, through the restructuring, through the long winter where no one took salaries except her. She was there when Eden, her younger sister, joined the company fresh out of grad school. Ava walked her through her first investor Q&A, rewrote her first press release, stood by her side through the transition. Then Eden became CEO. Didn't happen all at once. First came the branding changes, the modernization, then the consultants, then the investor tours. Slowly, Ava's responsibilities were reassigned. Her email access reduced. Eventually, her title became advisory, which meant invisible. The day it happened, Ava was preparing an internal audit presentation. She was asked to step into the glass-walled conference room. Eden was already seated. Surgical. She slid the letter across the table and said, "Effective immediately, you're being released from your duties." No reason. No apology. Just a severance clause that read like a gag order. Ava left her badge on the table next to a company anniversary pen she'd received 5 weeks earlier. No one looked up as she walked past the desks she'd personally approved budgets for. Outside she didn't cry. She didn't flinch. Because she knew something Eden didn't. She didn't lose that day. She was redirected. A week later, Ava got a message on LinkedIn from someone she barely remembered. Kayla Tran. They'd met years earlier at a logistics expo. Kayla ran a small startup called RevOut Logistics. Her message: "If you're done with politics and ready to build, I've got space." And silence. Ava packed a bag and drove 11 hours to Raleigh. RevOut's office was modest. Leaky roof. Server room was just a closet with a fan. But the people were hungry. No egos. No scripts. Just builders. And Ava got to work. They didn't chase headlines or legacy clients. They built smarter systems. Real-time routing, dynamic fulfillment, mid-market optimization. The kind of tech Langford never had the guts to implement. And they started winning. Silently. While Eden launched rushed products and posted filtered office selfies, Ava stayed behind the curtain, orchestrating a revolution. Contracts began to fall away from Langford and land in RevOut's lap. Not because of sabotage, but because of substance. Their breakthrough came with a state education logistics bid. Eden treated it like a formality. Langford had held the contract for years. Ava treated it like a reckoning. She brought real people to the pitch. A school principal, a food safety specialist. Not just data but faces. And in her final slide, a photo. A little girl in a raincoat after a flood, holding a lunch tray. "That's the difference between delivering product and delivering dignity," Ava said. Langford was out. RevOut was in. Buried in the press release, third paragraph, was Ava's name. That's when Eden called. Ava didn't answer. He emailed. Ava archived it. Eden even showed up once outside RevOut's office in the rain. Ava watched from the window upstairs. She didn't wave. Eden didn't miss her sister. She missed what her sister built. But Ava wasn't building for her anymore. RevOut grew. Deliberately, powerfully. No VC buzzwords. No viral launches. Just quiet excellence. While Eden clung to legacy infrastructure, Ava built mobile logistics hubs that could deploy in 24 hours. Langford couldn't keep up. Their final blow came not with a bang but with a bid. An 8-figure government contract covering emergency logistics, flood zones, wildfire corridors, and urban food relief. Eden arrived to pitch flanked by executives. Ava arrived late, alone, with just a USB and a plan. Eden talked tradition, assets, delivery stats. Ava simulated disaster scenarios in real time. Forecasted demand spikes. Showed how they could reroute within minutes after a road collapse. And then she ended with empathy. That pitch didn't just win a contract. It ended a dynasty. Langford lost. Eden didn't issue a statement. She just disappeared. Ava didn't gloat. She didn't celebrate. She went home, updated the team dashboard and logged off. Because it was never about revenge. It was about direction. Redirection. And sometimes the most brutal form of justice is not retaliation. It's building something better while the person who wronged you watches their empire collapse under its own arrogance. Eden kept calling. Texts came. I was wrong. Please. But she never said sorry. And Ava never answered. She didn't block her. She let her sit with the silence. Because silence, Ava had learned, was sharper than any knife. Doesn't scream. Cuts. She didn't burn Eden's empire. She simply built one beside it. Better. Unforgettable. Unreachable. And that was the real ending Eden never saw coming.